You guys can see right here what this says. Desmond Scott spotted deep in a makeout session following Kristy Sarah's divorce filing. Also, too, if you take a look at this video, this brother look like he's been starving. This is a well in the Sahara Desert, and he's just sucking pause for any last drips of water that he can get his damn hands onto. I just took a look up on TMZ and saw that they've identified who the lovely young lady is. All right, guys, we getting back up into the relationship content. And at the start of my morning, this came across my damn timeline, all right? Now, we did a piece of content, I want to say it was about 2 or 3 days ago, of the whole Desmond Scott, Kristy Scott divorce, where if you're unaware, they were a relationship couple, probably one of the largest relationship couples all over social media. Her account has like 10 million followers. His account has like 1 million followers. But a lot of their content is predicated in what I like to refer to as emasculation ritual content, where the man, Desmond, is the butt of the jokes, often disrespected, all right, made to look lesser than. And in fact, a component of his character was acting feminine, like with weird screams and odd behavior, not masculine at all. And what I concluded in that past video is that if it's emasculating or embarrassing men, you can do that for profit, at least within today's media cycle. But if you flip the genders around and you try to embarrass women within content, no. They'll get you kicked off of the internet, so forth and so on. Nevertheless, you guys can see right here what this says. Desmond Scott spotted deep in a makeout session following Kristy Sarah's divorce filing. Insane, right? Well, they're still married, and I believe that they are Jehovah's Witness, and the female side of the internet is going ablaze. And for Desmond, after being embarrassed for years for content, go ahead, brother. Go and do your thing. My man woke up in the morning and said, Alexa, play Lil Wayne No Ceilings, all right? Yeah, she ain't gonna hold me down no more. I'm free. I'm free for the content. Let me ride. Let me go do my thing. It could be tricky of a situation of having content like this when you have kids, so I will acknowledge it's not the best of looks. And I think to a degree he's doing this on purpose as sort of retaliation because he knows he's a public as hell figure. I mean, they have reports all over on TMZ. When you make it to the TMZ level, all right, anything you do out in public, they're going to try to snap photos of, or people know that they can get paid for submitting videos of you to a place like TMZ. So he knows what he's doing, all right? You could have just handled this in private, my G, and I would suggest that you do, but apparently a degree of his pettiness is showing itself. For anybody that cares, here's actually a close-up photo. To me, she looks like a young Sierra / Beyonce in the face, and also, too, if you take a look at this video, this brother look like he's been starving. Yeah, just starving. Like, this is a well in the Sahara Desert, and he's just sucking pause for any last drips of water that he can get his damn hands onto. Like he's been deprived of love for years now. And he just found himself in Oasis. Remember I asked you guys in the beginning of the last video, what would it take for you to throw away a family, right? An 8-figure business, one of which it is necessary for you to perform within the content, right? A wife of 10 years, a person that you met 20 or so years ago. What would it take? And the thing is that once you make it to what people view as a proverbial top, it may not be enough because the money, right, the views, the validation, you know, if as a man it is not giving you what it is that you need in order to feel fulfilled, then you're going to quickly realize that it ain't all about the money. So I think he realized it and stopped being performative. What's also been super interesting to watch about this is that when the initial news came out, everybody hated him. Everybody, right? Until folks like myself, all right, took compilations of the disrespect that was levied onto this man for years to begin to paint a different picture. This just in, by the way, this is an MTR from the future. I was actually done with the video and I just took a look up on TMZ and saw that they've identified who the lovely young lady is. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ that the woman getting hot and heavy with Desmond last Sunday is Marissa Springer. a 24-year-old local Houston model who's in school working towards her master's degree in finance. Let's take a deeper inspection. Woo! Here's the thing. This is going to send the sister code into a tizzy, baby. Why? Because she's Latina. Very interesting conclusion to the events that have happened here. All right, Desmond, I see what's going on here. Now, apparently, there's more information in regards to this. We're told that the two met for the first time earlier that night at a Houston bar, Santa, through a mutual pal. And Marissa had no clue about Desmond's online fame. Sure, I doubt that. Our sources say it was also her understanding that he was single at the time. So they met earlier in the day and was already lip locking by later that night. You had no idea who he was, even though you were introduced through a mutual friend. And I also wonder, is she getting an MBA or is it just a master's degree within a certain subset of business? Not like it makes a ton of a world of difference, but his future ex-wife is obviously very adept into the business or the marketing world. But I always find these profiles super interesting, right? Like these women who, promote a brand of themselves online as being highly educated. They got these degrees, but then also they have pictures uploaded to their Instagram that make them look like OF models. But in my honest opinion, the young brother is not downgrading whatsoever in the looks department. But I will let y'all ultimately be the judge of that. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. This was posted 2 days ago and got hundreds of thousands of views on the neighborhood talk. And the caption reads, "Anybody with discernment could have easily saw Kristy's content was about disrespecting her partner. And to think that this is couple goals is why dating is effed at the moment." And I said within the original video that masculine men should never cheat. They should be forthright with their intentions. But then a lot of people started to sympathize where he was, and the tide started to shift. Nevertheless, I want to take this to reactions up on TikTok because, as you can imagine, the general modern woman sentiment is far from my sentiment. So let's go.
This TMZ story just came across my FYP, and it is allegedly Desmond Scott, husband of Kristy Scott, engaged in about a 30-second long lip lock with this mystery woman. They said they filed in court recently that they wanted details of their divorce to be kept private. Then why are you kissing women publicly? Kristy, looking very unbothered, posted this beautiful picture of herself with a brand new haircut with the caption, "Same address." I hope that this isn't in retaliation for that. Like, you're not trying to change the narrative. You're not trying to go tit for tat with your wife in public. This is none of our business. Take us out the group chat. Y'all have been in the limelight long enough to know that there is a spotlight on everything you say and do. People are going through old videos talking about there were signs. Like, y'all realize people are watching. You have to be even more careful of the messages you send with your actions.
What's so interesting about comments like this is that they are upset at him and what it is that he's doing now, but they were never upset at the treatment that he received for years. And I think that it's enlightening that so many people were looking at it and no one saw an issue with it. To see the surprise across the majority of these women's faces that this has ended what their thought of a fairy tale marriage looks like is absolutely astounding, and without a doubt paints a picture of the expectations of men within relationships today. And y'all need to stay safe out there.
Behavior by a married man who's been in tabloids all week isn't just sloppy, it's negligent and humiliating.
He don't care.
For all we know, they've been living
He's been
separately
embarrassed
for months,
for
maybe
years.
even years, but it's about the optics of it all. The Bible talks about staying away from even the appearance of evil. You can't pop out with somebody new when the ink isn't even dry on the divorce papers. He just made that Instagram post talking about how he wants to be a good co-parent and father. Popping out with somebody that's not their mother, that's not how you do it, Desmond. No, the emotions are raw and tensions are high, but if y'all don't stop going back and forth with each other publicly, the only people you're going to hurt are those kids. Even if they're not currently in love, honor the love that you once had for each other by not humiliating each other publicly.
She had a fair point about the kids. I mean, I had the same point as well. Whereas Desmond, having now content of him doing this, is overtly sloppy. I think she's been a little bit more strategic with her sloppiness or her pettiness, for lack of a better term. But yeah, Kristy was absolutely sick when she saw this. There's no doubt about it, because, you know, this is the definition of fuck it. By the way, I have absolutely no doubt that if the situation was completely flipped and it was Kristy that was doing this, the general sentiment on the female-oriented side of the internet would not be this. It would be completely flipped. Go, girl. Go, queen. I'm glad that you found your happiness. But when a man does it, suddenly it's not good, it's selfish, it's irresponsible. It's funny how that works.
I've just seen the video with Desmond kissing, and I'll tell you what, that video is not for Kirsty. That video wasn't filmed when he allegedly had an affair with her. No. That video is for us. I'm telling you, Desmond saw this video. He saw my video where we questioned his sexuality. He's seen all our commentary. He's telling us that no, I don't sleep with men, I sleep with women. Because that video was so perfectly curated. Her hair's flicking in the background. He's locking lips. The camera's panning, trying to show his hairline so we know it's definitely him. That video is to show us and help his public image, because Desmond knows a real secret. And what's that secret? Number 7. No one is coming to save you. Save yourself. All this tick for tat that's going on, right now he's not beefing Kirsty, because we saw footage of them two together in Disneyland. Why? Because they're both co-parenting amicably, which is great. Right now he's in war with Kirsty's fans.
Shut up. These women will go out their way to levy he's gay allegations, even when it doesn't make any bit of sense. The behavior that you see from him from the video is a character, in my honest opinion. They were acting for you. They were making a fairy tale up for you, the same way that Disney has propagated fairy tales that y'all still live y'all dusty-ass lives in comparison to. To think he's going out of his way to not being called gay by a young lady that has 673 likes on a video, there's a certain level of main character delusion that we'd like to study, a baby girl, all right?
He's at war with me and you. That video was for us. That video was not for Kirsty. How do I know all of this? Because in his statement, he said, I came to Kirsty first and foremost and let her know that this is what's happened. I am firstly a father and we're gonna move on. That video is for us. He filmed that video on purpose for us. That video is so staged.
I'm sorry, she sucks. Let's go to the next one.
I ain't gonna lie, I hope don't nobody hold his hand when they tell him that he deserves everything that's coming his way. Because what do you mean just days after announcing that you and your wife are divorced and separating, whatever, you call out in public in the club with another girl, like kissed up, booed up, all that. And mind y'all, clearly as he stated, he's been checked out of the relationship. Like, cool, at the end of the day, people grow apart, things happen, but you still have to take accountability of the fact that you cheated before you was divorced. Okay, even sliding that to the side, you know, made a mistake, whatever, dealt with it, dealing with it. You are so careless.
You have to be really careful with words here. Within the divorce decree, it said infidelity. Infidelity doesn't necessarily mean physical cheating. It can also be emotional cheating. Cheating, stepping out, infidelity, they're all synonyms, but they don't necessarily mean the exact thing as one another when you consider different contexts.
That you not only moved on to another girl again, but you're out in public, like no remorse, no let's try to keep this private for the sake of me, you know, and my wife and our kids, like till things get a little bit old, they die down, like you out in public with it, crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like this shows that aside from you being done and checked out of a relationship, you lack a lot of respect. Like this woman was literally your wife for 10 years. Like y'all knew each other longer than that. They built an empire together through the content, you know, established this well-off career, had children together. You didn't have enough respect for her to at least keep, you know, whatever you got going on behind the scenes until things was settled and died down. And I see why Kristy start popping her shit on Instagram almost immediately after, because yes, same address, like she said. I'm still here with it. Nothing changed about me. What about you? It's just sad to see things play out, because I'm telling you, like, you would think that after spending so much time with somebody and, you know, going through these things, creating a life together, that regardless of if things work out or not, it hurts to see somebody turn into somebody completely different than what you've ever known. And I feel like the fact that he is moving on so quickly, so recklessly, I'm telling you, that karma gonna hit him bad. One thing about karma, she don't miss. I'm telling you, like, just let it play out. Y'all see he living the life right now, or at least he thinks he is, and maybe he is, cool, but you definitely reap what you sow, and it's really always gonna play out how it's supposed to play out. So give it a
Okay. Somewhere deep down, I do think Desmond is attempting to reclaim a bit of the masculinity that's been stripped from him. And a lot of that strip has been done through his own fruition, or him allowing himself to become a emasculated court gesture for modern women's approval. And it's clear that she prioritized the bag over who he is as a man. Women like that will never be satisfied with anything, because money is their god. And he was expected to be quiet throughout her incessant need for it.
Immediately irritated is what I was. Immediately irritated. And might I add, the amount of women applauding Desmond's behavior, justifying it, excusing it, egging it on, is crazy. It's so disgusting. I had a slight back and forth with a woman yesterday in the comment section, because she said, let that man move on. A piece of me thinks that...
Isn't it interesting that all of the women that we're reviewing right now that are completely not on Desmond's side or can't understand or justify the reason for his behavior, they have lower vocal registries? Do y'all find that interesting? It may be related, baby.
Y'all are running with narratives that you see on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, and you think that it's true. Like, there are people in their minds that already are convinced, oh yeah, he was tired of her. He's been with her since, you know, they've been 14. Oh, he did it. Y'all are running with this like that is the core issue, when, like I said yesterday, you don't know these people. Okay. You don't know what the core issue was. We're all just assuming. So, like, I hate the fact that y'all are trying to rush past the fact that Kristy just filed in December. They're still legally married.
True.
They're still legally married. And she filed what? It was December 23rd or something. It was December 20-something. Hasn't even been a month of her filing for the divorce. And granted, Dominique made a good point. We don't know the timeline of things that we're seeing.
They could have been away from each other for a minute.
How things just kind of fail. Like, we're seeing things how we're seeing things. We don't know what came first. We don't. But irregardless of what did and what didn't, he's moving tacky. He's moving tacky. It's distasteful. And it's intentional. Like, he did that shit on purpose. Some people say he's trying to prove that he's not or wasn't cheating with a man. I really don't care what it is.
What?
Whether it was a performance, whether it was real. It was intentional. It was tacky. It was distasteful. It was ill. It was nasty.
Yeah.
But when Kristy posted her little carousel on Instagram saying same address, y'all said that it was mean and she was doing too much. And he, somewhere in public, tonguing down some random woman, and I'm seeing people applaud it and egg it on and give him a standing applause.
Well, the context is a little bit different, because we don't know if this was... Now, I don't disagree with her in terms of the... You know, it is a big tag to be out here in public knowing that TMZ can be around each and every corner. But that was seemingly posted without his authorization. It wasn't posted from his accounts. It was posted from TMZ, and then everyone else kind of tag teamed along with it. Whereas her post, she created it, or someone on her team created and posted it up to her social media. So the context of the situation is a little bit different. But yeah, what I also like to refer to this is feminist groupthink, stepping outside of the box of always... he, man, his fault, right? Like, how many times have we seen these situations when she cheats, it's his fault. When he cheats, it's still his fault. They can't justify in their minds whatsoever as to what is leading to his current behavior. And the way that I look at it is that, yeah, it's a little bit sloppy the way the young brother's moving. But he's like, listen, you can't hold me down. That's the way he want to live his life right now. And I absolutely, listen, if divorce wasn't filed and then this is happening, that's one thing. But because she already filed, the young man can move however it is that he wants to be able to move. And y'all should ultimately respect him for it. He gave y'all years of entertainment of him acting like a buffoon. And now that he gone, grabbed his balls and put them down up on the table and showed you that, no, he's still out there. He can still get it. All of a sudden now y'all have a problem with it. This feminist groupthink thing needs to be studied. Nevertheless, guys, drop me your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. I want to see what you guys think about the situation. Do you think the young brother is moving mad? Or can you understand based off of the content? You can justify based off of the content. I want to hear from the MT Army as well as the MTRers down up in there what you guys think about it. All right, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And until the next piece of content, I'll see you. Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.